Welcome to ECCSC Live. My name is Tyrone Muhammad, your host. Thank you for tuning in. And as you will see, I'm looking for my guest. He should be on his way, hopefully shortly, but that's Mr. Mark Harris. But until he get here, I'm looking forward to discussing some of the future events and plan we have for ECCSC, Ex-Convicts Community and Social Change. But in the meantime, that's our number at the bottom of the screen, 312-738-1060, ECCSC. For those who don't know, let me explain how it was formulated, how it came to fruition. Serving prison time, of course, thinking about the conditions of the prison industrial complex, let's just keep it plain. Thinking about the sons and the daughters and the men that I saw coming in and out of prison. Just thinking about ways that we can help ourselves and rid ourselves of this condition that was demoralizing, that was dehumanizing. Let me make this clear to the people that's listening, because I don't need anyone saying that we make an excuse for guys who commit crime and go to prison. That's not the issue. That's not what I'm saying. The issue is, even if I go to prison, even if I have to serve time, the prison system has a motto that they must correct the ills of these individuals coming through. We know that motto is not true. We know that motto does not work, because sometimes men come out of prison worse than they went in. We have all type of issues in prison. For one, lack of education. 2, health issues. 3, psychosocial, mental issues. When you go in those places, in them facilities, and you see the lines get longer and longer and longer to get psychotropic drugs to correct the ills that men are facing within their minds. Lines that should have served those individuals before they even came to prison. But it's so unfortunate that it never do. It's always like we patch things up. We deal with things on the back end. There's never a preemptive situation. Whereas like now in these streets, where these young guys are in need of employment, in need of mentoring, in need of opportunities, that's never there. There's always money to lock these young men up. There's always money to arrest them, but there seems not to be any money to help us get at the problem. See, we so used to dealing with the fruit of a poisonous tree when we never take a look at the root. The root cause is what we would love to address. Although we offer solutions to the problems and solutions to what it is that our young men are facing, we can never fully get a grasp of the issue without ever taking hold of the root and looking at it and seeing how we can pull it up. That's a long journey. That's a long fight. But in the immediate, ECCSC, our objective, our purpose is to serve our communities in a way that deal with each individual from their social, economical standing and mental standing. These young brothers out here, I interact with them all the time. I go on these blocks. I've been in the trap houses. I've helped de-escalate violence, and I've dealt with conflict resolution. So in that case, it's like, what do we do? What do we do when there's no resources to continue to do the most effective job that we could possibly do. A sister called me today, without saying her name, and told me about a shooting that happened on her block. Told me she called the called the police. That was neighbors and the things that she tried to do to try to create some type of peace in that community. People called the police on her or would disagree with the method and the way she was trying to go about it. It's like, what can you do when women are crying out for help? When community leaders are crying out for help, and there's never help. There's never immediate help. There's always band-aids and patches, and just never really tackling the root of the problem. So we said we'll do it. We said we'll do it to the best of our ability. Brothers who I interact with and the guys that's tied to my organization have served 20 years or more. They recognize their faults. They recognize the issues of the communities that they had a hand in creating, although not exclusively on their own, but the problems that they have had a hand in creating. They have said and have vowed that we will correct ourselves. We will do all that we can with the resources that we have to bring to bear the ills that we're facing. Now, one way we can get at this problem, we know that there's an upcoming mayoral election coming up. Everyone is taking their sides and they're getting on it. We straddling the fence over here, we are on board there. But what I would like to just say and suggest to us is this. Who or which candidate will best address all of the issues that we're facing? And if we can't address all of the issues, who can we use? Who can we have? Who do we have that will then side with us to create policies? Can we come together to create policy and legislation that deals with the issues that black men and women are facing in these communities? No other community in Chicago is going through what the communities in the disenfranchised community, black communities, let's call it what it is. Black communities. No other communities are going through what we're going through. The dysfunction, the dehumanization that some of the people feel and they speak about. The young men that's on the corner, no one seems to listen to them. The elders that's disconnected from the streets or the community out of fear. The young men who shoot or carry guns because they fear certain leaving the block. I talked to a young man about 2 weeks ago. This young man said, "Man, big homie, I would really like to leave and go some places." At the time, I told him, "Listen, man, that's my goal. I would like to be able to have my vehicles, my transportation vehicles, to come grab 15, 20 guys, these young guys, and take them so that they can experience Chicago." These young men was born in Chicago, and a few of them never even been downtown. Just to be able to take these guys out the environment and allow them to see something different. Take them out the environment. We have all these money people in our neighborhoods. Whether it's the grocery stores, the air brand liquor stores, all these other little restaurants that pop up. There's a lot of business going on in our communities. But we are not benefiting from the businesses in our community. It's not trickling down. It's not trickling down to those that need it the most. Everything seems to be a top-down approach when it should be a bottom-up. But those men, with just a little help, a little assistance, we can affect change in their lives just by removing them if it's no more than for 2-3 hours out of their environment that they have been wreaking havoc in, just to show them something different. Just to show them something different. And really, I think that should happen soon. We'll be able to do that soon from our position, to then start removing some of these young men and building them up. Because we're torn down. We're torn down. Our communities are torn down. Our spirits are torn down. Our pride, our manhood, our everything seems to be torn down. And no one is addressing that. There's a lot of mental health. There's a lot of social alienation that's going on. So what do we grab? What do they grab hold to? They grab hold to the best thing they know how to do, and that's to play like we men. Play like there's beef. When there's really no real major beef everywhere in Chicago, although there are issues and incidents. But I guarantee you, those few incidents, there's resolution for those. It really are. We just need the community, the people, to be more, let's just say the whole of Chicago, to care a little more about those who, those areas that's affected by gang, drugs, and violence. So hold on, let me see. We have a caller. Caller, please come through, and I appreciate your call.
Hi, hello?
Yes.
You know, you're right about some of the things that go on in the black community, and it's the same thing with trying to hire a lawyer. My son is going through some changes, and we had to hire a lawyer. They want $10,000. What in the world makes them think that black folks in these communities can afford that? I've hired 3 different black lawyers, and so far I've been cheated by all 3 of them.
Wow.
And I hate to say that out loud, but that's the truth. And the prices that they charge, and then my son still ended up on probation. See, he didn't win the case. He didn't investigate. There was a tape at the facility that my son was tased at. He didn't go into none of that to bring it to court. But he wanted $10,000. Thank you.
Sister, you still on? Hold on, sister. Hopefully we have your name. I wanna reach out to you and find out the issues that your son is dealing with and facing, as well as hopefully I can reach back into prison or whatever, if he's in the county or whatever happened with his case, even a lawyer, to just talk about it and see what it is, the issues that the lawyer dealt with and what you dealing with as a woman and dealing with your son. So I kind of know some about that prison system and that county jail system. I would like to know more about your son's issue, the case. But this is what we deal with, people. They remove our sons off the streets, and then even when they remove them from the streets, they expect for these young men to come back to society whole, new, and ready for life, when they never went in that way. They never went in that way, nor did the institution or that system repair what they said was broken. See, you can't go back to a community and feel like a citizen when these men are released from prison. They say return to citizen. That's why we call our organization Ex-Convicts, because in reality we never felt like citizens in our own community. We never felt like citizens in our own country. So to say someone is returning citizen is a bit, disingenuous. Because most of these brothers will tell you, if you ask them, that they never feel like they're part of the American experience. Caller, please. Caller? No caller? Once, and let me repeat. They never feel like they're part of the American system. How is it that
Hello?
Hello, caller?
Yes, I want to make a comment.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, I'm looking at this and I see it's ex-cons for the community and social change. I'm an ex-offender. However, I've been out of prison since 2004. And I was a crack addict. I sold myself. I sold people. I used people. I did all that. And at the same time, I thought I was, a citizen, you know, in my area. I thought I was, when I wasn't using drugs, I felt I was, you know, doing what I was supposed to be doing. But it literally took society to snatch me out of society so I can come back and be this law-abiding citizen and live like I'm supposed to live in a community that shunned me at one point. However, I feel like there is jobs out there for us. There is things for us to do. I've heard you mention about how prisons, with education and medical and things of that nature. I believe, first of all, if a person is in the penitentiary, male or female, what they make of that time out there, because prison time is slow time, but what you make of that time out there, you do that time. Don't let that time do you. There's no reason if a person go in the penitentiary and they didn't have a GED when they went in there, there's no reason they shouldn't have one when they came out. There's no reason that you shouldn't learn, like if you had a certain skill or a gift that you love to do or something that you want. Prison is where it makes the most sense to try to get what's the word I'm looking for? Is to capitalize on it or to make use of it. So when you do hit the streets again, you can make money with it. It can profit you. Just like I didn't know anything about HIV and all that and health and hepatitis and all that. But in prison, I learned so much about it. Now I'm paid for that. They pay me to educate people with that kind of stuff. So I just feel like, and this goes for our young men, our young women alike, I just feel like we just need to stop waiting for society to do for us what we can do for ourselves.
You most definitely a part of ECCSC. That's our motto. We're not waiting on them. We're not waiting on society. We're going to force them to help us. But sister, it's like this. I did 21 years. And there's different types of men. Everybody is a type. And there's different type of men, different attitude, different behaviors, and different level of mental health that come in and out of those prisons. So where you and I have the ability to self-educate. See, you can shut down every school in prison, and I'm still going to benefit from books that I get sent in. I'm going to learn on my own. But everyone does not have that initiative. See, you a special individual. I was a special individual. But sometimes there are those that need that encouragement, that need that boost. Even if it's, listen, look, man, get your education, get your GED, you take off 90 days off your sentence. See, the institution has a responsibility too, because they claiming corrections. They claiming to be the experts at what punishment and correction looks like. If we pay them the big dollars to legislate in that way, then that should be a better system that just don't warehouse men, but hold men accountable while they're inside, so that they can come out and be effective taxpayer, citizen, and community leaders when they return. Caller, please. We have a caller.
Hello?
Yes, please.
I agree with some of the things that the young lady said, but at the same time, you have to look at a person's background, how they were raised, why they feel so committed to commit crimes.
That's right.
And not everybody is lucky enough to either have a mentor or somebody to help them open those doors. I know a lot of young men that have gone to jail that are still having hard times getting jobs.
That's right.
Fine, there's plenty of jobs out here, but a lot of times they will penalize you for having gone to jail. Now, once you go to jail, you're supposed to have paid for your crime. But, and it used to be rehabilitation. Okay, now it's just straight punishment. And then when you finish, you're still punished. So don't stand there and say, oh, I've overcome. That's good for her. But that does not work for everybody. I know a lot of young men that are out here trying to find jobs. I mean, from McDonald's to Food for Less or whatever you. And they're having a hard time because their backgrounds are brought up. So it goes both ways. I agree with her from the standpoint of, you go to penitentiary, you can get your GED, and they should be encouraged to do so. Not only can you get your GED, you can get college credit. But you have to tell those young men in there, take advantage of this opportunity. But guess what? Some young men won't.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
some
the
reality. Young men that's right. That's the reality. Some young men are predisposed to not wanting anything and not having anything. You have people out here every day getting shot. Somebody know who's doing that shooting.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? All these people that are getting shot aren't gangbangers.
That's right.
So you have to look at it from more than one angle. Why are you out here shooting folks with your pants hanging off, then hollering about the man? Then if you're given an opportunity, fine, take it. But some of them are not given the opportunity. That's why Laquan McDaniels is dead today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And especially with us being black people, we get shot at first. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Appreciate your call, caller.
Thank you.
Listen, you're welcome, man. Listen, we need those comments. People need to hear it. I know both sides. I know both views, and I can address both views. There's no right way. There's no one right way about what it is that we're dealing with. We need your support out there, and women, especially with these young men, seek help, seek some counsel, seek some guidance for your son, as much as you can. And another thing I would like to address: these young men are not irredeemable. These young men are not irredeemable. In my mind, I believe there's no young man that I talk to that I can affect some type of spark, some type of interest in his life. That's just how I feel about it, because I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about saving women's sons. I'm passionate about saving women's daughters. And I'm passionate about building our community, building our families up, we have to create employment. We have to create opportunities. And men, if you don't help, you shouldn't say anything. It has to be done through us. We have to do it for our sons. The women calling on us, they're crying out for our assistance. They're crying out for our help. But also women, when you see guys like us at ECCSC and other groups standing up, like Guts with Earl Walker, when you see other groups standing up, y'all have to support us. We can't. How long do you want us to do this work and fight for your safety and security, and even try to save your sons, if you don't make or encourage legislators to make sure, or business owners or whoever, to make sure we have all the resources we need to do what we do? This is not a gimmick. I didn't come out trying to have no pretty name about my organization. I wanted to be transparent and clear that we violated the community. We accept all that we did, and we accept everything else that's bad, and bad in us and bad in the community. We accept it. So we no longer cons or convicts. We 100, we men who really desire change, who really desire a new way for our community and ourselves. We didn't need the administration in the prison warden to tell us we needed to change. We knew we wanted to change. We tired of violating our community. We tired of violating our oath to be protectors and maintainers of our communities. We decided that we're no longer going to wait on no one to do this for us. We're going to try to do it for ourselves, and we are doing it for ourselves. But all I'm saying is that all the views could be correct. But one thing that's permanent: we have to take personal responsibility for our communities, for our actions, for ourselves. Even when those outside of our community don't believe in us. It's enough of us inside the community. It's prisoners all up and down the state of Illinois. And I encourage brothers, anybody that's been convicted, sister, you specifically that went to prison, I need you on our team, because there are women I can't talk to. There are people I can't talk to that you'll be able to talk to. And I can't do it all. ECCSC can't do it all. We need your help. We need your help. We need your advice. We need your encouragement. And we need y'all love, because this is a hard work. If it was easy, the police department with the multi-millions and millions of dollar budget can't even do nothing. They can't correct it. So we have to help them. We have to do it ourselves. Let's see one more caller before we close out.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Please speak up.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah. I'm an ex-con, right? And I'm trying to get jobs and help youth and some of the community out, but it's hard because every time you get somebody to come to work for you, either they hire or they trying to get high. I'm not saying all. I'm not trying to categorize nobody, but I think the drug substance problem should be addressed. You know, because there's no way for you to function in society if that's all you got on your mind.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Look us up, man, and I want to hear your opinion further. And I need you to, suggestions. We need to be able to put those suggestions in the pool and see what we can come up with. But we need you on the team, man. Reach out to us, ECCSC.info. www.ECCSC.info, and leave me your email and everything. So we appreciate you all for tuning in. Listen, P.S. People saving. That's what ECCSC is all about. We're in the business of saving people regardless to whom, what, in this situation, to whom or what community they come from, north, south, east, and west. We're in the people saving business. We're into saving our sons. We're into saving our daughters. Please continue to support us. Stay in tune with what we're doing, and hopefully we can affect change with these upcoming elections. So remember, we do have to vote while we're sitting around here passing judgment on things. We have to vote to make a change. Take care. Peace.